Hi, it's Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, joined by Adam Pacitti. This is nice again, isn't it?
It is.
Old lads, the old gang back together after a day.
After a whole day, Jack is poorly. He's a poorly boy. He's been up all night.
Didn't even poison him, mate.
Let's take a look at the news.
We'll start with the arrest of a former WWE superstar. PAC's All Elite Wrestling contract status has been revealed. And how long have we got Daniel Bryan for? Find out shortly. So this is an interesting one to start with. TMZ reported on this. Terry Runnels, former WWE superstar, was arrested at Tampa Airport after being found carrying a 9mm Glock. Not the musical instrument, that's a glockenspiel, but a gun.
But a gun?
But a gun? We laugh about it, but genuinely, she posted a video where she talked about it, and I feel really sad for her.
Yeah, so do I. She got really emotional towards the end. Apparently, the reason that she was carrying this gun isn't to go and find New Jack and F him up. It's actually because her mum has an armadillo problem. These aren't words that I thought I'd be saying today, Tom. Her mum has a pest problem, armadillos, and she was taking it to or from her mum's house to pop a Glock in an armadillo's... I'm very white. Very, very white.
I mean, surely you couldn't kill an armadillo gangland star with a gun. They've got a hard outer shell. If the Dime adverts taught us anything in the 90s, they're hard on the outside and soft on the inside.
What a reference that is. Two people just got that, Tom. Two people.
And those two people are now my bestest friends and we'll go for a pint. So Terry Runnels posted a video where she apologised for this. It's going to get sorted, but she could potentially face either thousands of dollars in fines or a prison stretch from this as well.
That's scary, isn't it? I mean, the lesson is don't bring a gun into the airport. You should probably know if you've got a gun in your handbag at all times. But yeah, I did feel sorry for her. She was almost in tears.
Future reference, then don't take a gun and maybe armadillo repellent.
Is that a thing, Tom?
I think if it's not, there's a market for it right now. So PAC has been a bit of a hot topic in All Elite Wrestling. We were meant to see him at Double or Nothing, but he had the match with Hangman Page at WrestleGate Pro the week before, and said, I'm not coming now. And there was a little bit of a minute and hour in whether there was some kick-off between PAC and All Elite Wrestling. And we've seen from Dave Meltzer, there's been an update on his contract status. It looks like PAC, for the time being, is out of All Elite Wrestling entirely.
Yes. Prince Veggie asked, Prince Veggie, that's his username on Twitter, so is PAC out of All Elite entirely? I've heard conflicting stories. Dave Meltzer confirms today, yes, but it can change at any time.
What do we think happened? Let's speculate forever, friend. Let's speculate on what happened between PAC and All Elite Wrestling, because he's the Dragon Gate champion. I know he's very, he's spoken to be very cautious of who he loses to and when.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's it. Dave Meltzer has alluded to the fact that that's exactly it. He is the champion. He wants to be the champion and he doesn't want to lose, which I guess is why you see him around at various indie shows, generally not losing, or if he does lose a match, it's in like a 3-way or a 4-way. He never takes the pin. And it's a shame. I don't want to call it something like what could have been, because I think we will see him there eventually. But also, in a way, fair play to him for representing Dragon Gate with such pride. He obviously takes that very, very seriously. It was the first place that he popped back up in post-WWE. So part of me likes it, but the bigger part, I guess, is just sad that we're not going to see PAC in All Elite anytime soon.
Don't you worry. I'm fairly sure that our Geordie boy will Gan Raj in All Elite Wrestling, said from a guy from the West Midlands and the Isle of Wight. He will be Gan Raj in All Elite Wrestling very, very soon.
I hope so. I just hope he drops the belt sooner rather than later.
Drop it, then we can book you, mate.
Exactly.
Couple of stories from Twitter. Rachel Evers has tweeted she's fine, but she was actually involved in a hit and run only the other day, and I'll quote Rachel's Twitter verbatim. I was hit by a drunk driver today on my way home from the performance centre. Hit and run. I'm extremely thankful it was my passenger side that was hit. Some people aren't so lucky. Please don't drink and drive. This is the daughter of Paul Ellering. I'm so pleased to hear she's okay. That's a terrible situation.
Yeah, there's always seems to be drama. Non-kayfabe drama at the Performance Centre. A lot seems to happen there. There was the guy who was approaching NXT stars and he was smearing things on the window as well. It's always kicking off there. But no, I don't know what else to say about this really. I'm very happy also that she is okay. She's a tremendous talent. And yeah, I mean, I guess we can only really echo her sentiment. Don't drink and drive. It's not a good thing to do.
We're staying on Twitter, but do you know who isn't staying on Twitter, Adam Pacitti?
Yeah, it's on the sheet.
Incorrect. It's Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan, after quite a few controversial outbursts, not just on social media, but on message boards over the years, has just decided it's probably best to just delete Twitter. He's been in trouble for it lately as well. He got a massive fine.
$100,000, I believe, which you've got to believe is a significant chunk of that man's wages at this point in his career.
That's half my wages for here. It's ridiculous. He's also being forced to take sensitivity training in WWE as well. And considering the match he's got coming up next week, he probably thought it best not just to sort of go through my old tweets with a fine-tooth comb like some people might. He's gone, I'll just get rid of it altogether just to be safe.
Clever booking on WWE's behalf, though. Send Lars to Saudi Arabia, have him beat up 3 Mexican lads. It's all clever stuff from the mind of Vince McMahon, that one. I'm looking forward to that match. Tom, how do you think it's going to go?
I think Lucha House Party will rally and beat him.
I'd quite like them to, actually.
Do you know what?
They're better wrestlers.
If it does, I might buy Crown Jewel. 2 things were dropping on Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar with the beats and the viewers on Memorial Day. Another record low for viewers for Monday Night Raw, Adam Pacitti.
Not good at all. So the average viewers dropped from 2.5 million to 2.2 million, or just thereabouts, which is about a 13%, I believe, drop, which is significant. I know it's Memorial Day. That does traditionally happen. People are doing other things, but that is a scary drop once again.
You'd have thought there would have been a residual pickup of some sort after Double or Nothing. Even though it's not a WWE show, a lot of the scuttlebutt was, how are WWE going to respond to this? Is Triple H going to smash up the Dusty Rhodes statue? Oh, I thought people would tune in to find out, but apparently not.
No, I mean, they did mention it. Sammy did mention it. It's a weird one. I saw something online which I think explains this perfectly. You know the meme of the blah, 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 change my mind. This one said, AEW fans are just frustrated WWE fans. Change my mind. And you can't really argue with that. It's not like they're not doing things to try and get people invested.
They are really, really trying. You can see there's no complacency there anymore. They've got the wild card rule in place, for better or for worse. They've got the 24/7 championship defended in the 3rd hour. So you can see they're genuinely trying to do stuff to lift it. But I think the one thing they need to do is kind of have an idea of where they're going and really ride out the storm. They seem to be hot-shot in quite a few things. And what I think builds an audience in television is that consistency.
100%. If they'd done something outlandish, if they'd had somebody return, everybody would be saying, they're panicking, they're panicking. The issue that we have with Raw currently is the lack of consistency. It's 50-50 booking, it's character changes week by week. That's what's frustrating as a viewer. Imagine if on Game of Thrones, somebody changed their name one week and it was never acknowledged. That's what we're dealing with in the WWE. So how can we invest in that? And that's really frustrating. So yeah, I hope this is the beginning of something where they realise they've actually just got to stick with something. Go with it.
I'm now picturing Sir Gregor with the Money in the Bank boombox. John from the Cultaholic Classic Raw Review. Sir Gregor with the Money in the Bank boombox. Book it, Dano. Finally, Daniel Bryan, due to various health issues, a lot of people are speculating on how long Daniel Bryan has got in the WWE. He was a bit banged up after WrestleMania and after the run that he's had. Many believe he has plans to retire in the next couple of years, although according to Daniel Bryan, that's probably not the case. He said in an interview with Sports Illustrated, and I quote, there are people who say, I only want to do this for 3 or 4 more years, or I only want to do this until I'm 45. No, I want to do this until I'm 70. Months before I die, I want to be doing a wrestling show. That was never in doubt about Daniel Bryan, like how passionate he was to get in there and wrestle.
I would argue that I don't think he'll be doing it in the WWE when he's 70.
No.
I think we are going to get to the point he is rigorously tested after every match. He has to go backstage and with a doctor has to perform like maths tests and stuff just to prove that his brain is working after every single match, house shows included. So it was very, very scary after WrestleMania because we didn't see him for around a month and we thought, oh God, they're keeping this very, very quiet. They're keeping their cards very close to their chest. Could this be the end of Daniel Bryan in the WWE? But I'm glad that that passion's still there.
Oh, you can tell. Like, there is no performer on the planet that, like Daniel Bryan, who can take this vociferous crowd adulation and turn it into just absolute despicable heat.
He's so good at what he does.
He is incredible.
I don't want to say he's on the run of his career because that was obviously leading up to WrestleMania, but this is the other run of his career, in the WWE at least. I love what they're doing with Rowan. His promo on SmackDown this week was brilliant. I say that like his promos aren't brilliant every time on SmackDown. He's the highlight of the show for me. He's so good at what he's doing.
I want to see Daniel Bryan go until just before he can't, because and we mentioned this with Rey Mysterio, we've mentioned this with Kurt Angle this week. I love Daniel Bryan so much, but I want him to have a quality of life at the end of this. Like, I want him to go out on an absolute high and not stay long after he's at his prime. And I want him to enjoy a good quality of life when he finally decides to call it a day. I kind of, like you say, I don't want him wrestling until he's 70 because WWE won't have that, and it's going to be in like armories in that case. And then Daniel Bryan deserves better than wrestling in an armory.
He does. I'm so tired of hearing about former stars who struggle to put their socks on. It's not a nice thing to read anymore, and hopefully in wrestling we're past that.
I want Daniel Bryan to put his socks on for the rest of his life.
That's the takeaway from this show.
205 Live, NXT graded in a bit. See you then.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.